Today we got a Force Power Guide for Fantasy Flight Games Star Wars RPG, and we're talking the Alter Power. The Alter Power allows its user to augment and shape the world around them, both the land and air. I don't know if I've seen or heard of this actually being used in Star Wars, though I'm guessing it's in the Clone Wars cartoon or novel or comic I didn't read or something like that, but it certainly makes sense to exist. The Force is in all things after all: the tree, the rock, the land, the ship, etc. Also, you can tap into the environment itself and sense things within it, whether they're natural to the environment or not. This aspect of it has been a bit more common, in my experience, probably yours as well. Mechanically, the base version of the Alter Power allows its user to do one of my more favorite things in RPGs, environment control, in this case meaning you can change normal to difficult terrain and difficult to normal terrain if you want, reshaping the battlefield to best help you and your team. If you're being chased through difficult terrain, you'll be slowed down, which is bad, and you can change that. But you can also slow down enemies and make it harder for them to get in range of your squishy techie or healers or whatever, which is good. So, while it's most useful if your GM is regularly throwing out difficult terrain for you to fix, Alter's not wholly dependent on it. If you're just skimming the power, you might miss the types of terrain it's limited to until you get to one of the upgrades, which expands this list a bit, and you realize you've been using this more often than you should have the whole time. So keep an eye out for that. This is a power that may not start off as that big of a deal, however it can become incredibly useful, and widely so as you start upgrading it. There's a path that focuses on perceiving the environment, helping you with perception, vigilance, and survival checks. There's also some enemy debuffs, a defensive boost for your allies, further expansion to terrain manipulation, making that stuff more useful, change the environment to make it hostile, exclude characters from the effects you don't want them to be affected by, plus the typical be better at the base effect, and you could do it at longer range type upgrades. All in all, this makes a pretty good general purpose Jedi kind of a power, where you can get such a wide variety of stuff that you start to feel something akin to like a classic all-around Force user movie Jedi kind of a character, using telekinetics and sensory stuff in a wide variety of ways. Jack of all trades Jedi kind of a feel, at least it feels very all-around Jedi-like to me anyway. If you think the Alter Force power is right for your character, you can find it exclusively in the Mystic Sourcebook Unlimited Power.